grew up in an area called Crumsall, and life growing up was pretty interesting, really.
What's the secret to your success?
I was somebody that was kicked out of my house when I was 12, and at certain times I'd have to stay on the streets, or I'd have to try and get my friends to do an all-nighter with me, because otherwise, and I knew their parents wouldn't want me to stay at theirs. So I think to go into such a bad situation, that when I started to find some form of stability, I wanted to study success. In the days before, everybody was on this motivational speaking thing, and now I'm just seeing motivational speakers that are just copying another motivational speaker for financial gain. I'm talking prior to them days, I'd done the full kind of study on YouTube, and I started reading The Secret about the law of attraction, and I'm a little bit bone idle, so I did kind of wait for the DVD to come out, you get what I'm saying? But I looked into that, and I had an understanding of that, and I'm a visual learner, so therefore I visualize things, and I just kind of learned that with the correct level of positivity and the right amount of like consistency in the belief process, these things kind of drop into place. And I just done it with small things at first, like even getting my driving license. You have to understand that I didn't do my GCSEs, so I didn't necessarily know what test sheets look like. I've done little things in school, but as an adult you're thinking, but this is gonna be dead hard. But little things like, bam, I got my driving license, and then and these were little things under my belt where I was taking baby steps. I remember telling myself the motto was the tortoise and the hare, because a lot of people around me had more money than me, but I thought I'm just gonna keep plodding on. I'm gonna picture where I wanna be, and then I'm gonna get there. And I've done it with a few big things like Park Life. I went to Park Life just as a spectator, and I remember thinking I'd love to perform here one day. But at the time, you don't think it's real. You get what I'm saying? But I attracted that to myself, and then I'd done it. Do you get what I'm saying? And I used to live over the road from Park Life, which is Heaton Park. And I lived above like a hairdresser's. Nobody knew, because it was an embarrassing looking place from the outside. You get what I'm saying? I'm like 20 something them times. And like you've just said, I drew my next house. Not because I thought what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna draw the house that I'm gonna move into. I wanted to move out so bad that I just thought I'm gonna draw a house. Do you get what I'm saying? And when I did move into the house, it was similar in structure. The windows were in the same place. There was a tire swing. I used to park my car where I drew the car, and so when little things like that started to happen, I thought, right, I can do this. So I started repeating it. I started doing it with bigger things. So when you're talking about screenshots of the car, like the Lamborghini, I just got. I've been taking screenshots of Lamborghinis since the beginning days of Instagram. You get what I'm saying? And I've just consistently stayed on a path in my head until eventually I've been able to materialize it in a way that it looks exactly the way I wanted it to look. The message that I'm passing on is definitely a message of this can happen, man. But do you know what I mean? Like, you need to consistently believe in a vision, and that's how it works. In the times of me studying success, I understood that a vice is an addiction, and an addiction is something you don't have control of. So I do my best to not have an addiction, and that's why I succeed. I'll never be homeless again. My mum's boyfriend was a nasty individual, and he ran into my room one day as a kid and told me, this isn't your room, this is my room, and it's my house. And ever since that day, I felt like, where do I live then? Because I love this man, and he brought me up and all that kind of shit. So for me, like, I just told myself, I'm gonna get rich. I'm never gonna be in this situation again. I'm never gonna feel so weak and vulnerable and insecure and so turned on by somebody that I loved. So for me, my advice is to be in a position where I don't have to think about money. Before, my money management was mad. Like, a Ribena was too dear. We need like a water, a most. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, my money management, the way I'd done things, the job description I had before music kicked in, the amount of different things I would do to bring in revenue was crazy. Some of them I can't speak about. Do you get what I'm saying? But now I'm in a position where I can relax because I don't have a vice. If I start drinking is gonna slow me down. I start smoking weed, you can't run the Bugzy Malone brand high. Sorry, it's never gonna happen. And if I start sleeping with a million trillion girls, more problems. So yeah, I just try and I can do that all later because right now it's happening.
It's hard to find that balance though. It's hard to find that balance when you're showing what you've got and what you've achieved and people receiving it in the right way.
I think it comes down to the connection with people. I think it's what you put out there.
Yeah.
And the message that I'm passing on is definitely a message of this can happen, man. But do you know what I mean? Like you need to consistently believe in a vision, and that's how it works.